Hey everybody, Xeno back here for some more Mega Man 2 Game Boy. Last time we took on the first 4 Robot Master stages, and this time we're going to be getting a little surprise in this teleporter room. I always forget which room is which. We're going to go upper left. Okay. I guessed badly. I was looking for Needle Man. So, per what I discussed last time, there are actually 4 complete Robot Master stages in this game. Unlike in Dr. Wily's Revenge, where they were just the boss fights, which is kind of a lame way to go out, in my opinion. So we actually get full-length stages this time. Looks like those big bees are the first enemies to actually really put up much of a fight against the Metal Blade, but the small bees stand no chance. So, not much of a big deal. I find the tiling in this version of Hardman Stage to be pretty interesting. It's kind of got this like metallic construction zone look that the original doesn't have. It looks more like a mining site in the original, in my opinion. Not sure if I should bother getting that life. I probably won't. Not much point. I do really like the colorization of this, actually. I feel like I wasn't mentally expecting this to be blue. I more imagined it as like a rocky green, kind of like the original, but I feel like this is good. Metal Blade is very handy for taking out the returning Monkings, just as it's good at taking out the original Monkings. Not too much to say about this stage thus far. It is a pretty faithful recreation of Hardman Stage, complete with this one useless screen that I believe existed in the original as well. Probably one of the more one-to-one stage recreations, except there's no Pickleman bowls in this one. Oh, I lied. Forgot these were here. Yeah, honestly, everything's here and accounted for. This is very similar to the original, except without the Proto Man fight, of course, because we don't have that. Pretty solid stage. I do not remember what Hardman is vulnerable to. I'm guessing Metal Blade doesn't do anything to him, but I don't actually remember. He might be vulnerable to Flash Bomb. That would actually make sense. Kind of. Oh, of course it hits the... Damn. Oh. Okay, no, that doesn't do a damn thing against him. It's probably immune to Leaf Shield, so I guess we're bustering. His pattern is the exact same as in Mega Man 3. Just slightly slower fists, I think. The timing is a bit odd. You can still do the trick to despawn the fists, it looks like. Wasn't sure if that worked on here, but it looks like it does. Either way, he doesn't do enough damage to really threaten you at all. I think even his slam only does like 1 damage. Let me test that. I swear like there's a bugged damage value. Okay, never mind. We're not gonna bother finding out. Either way, Hardman is Hardman. Very little to say with that. Overall, minus good port of the stage. Of course, we still get the weapons, and actually have a set of stages to use them in this time, which is nice, as opposed to a single 5-minute stage. One thing I do wish is that these were labeled, like knowing what stage you're actually going to, because doing the guesswork kind of blows. Okay, top main stage. Well, this is acceptable. We have the weakness. Not that I wouldn't be able to handle top man without his weakness, but this is the only other stage... Actually, no, I think there's a Wily stage that has water, but this is one of the few other places in the game where Rush Marine can actually be used, so you might as well do it. I sure as hell don't know what the pattern for the Yoku blocks is, because I've never done it. Why would you bother? Looks like New Shopman, not as susceptible to Leaf Shield as I was expecting. The sprite for that is also weird looking. Looks like crushed. Not sure why they... Oh. Well, missed out. What did I get hit by? Okay. Looks like the hitbox for that is a little janky. Either way, everything is here in top mid stage. Pretty good song as well. Not very top man in my opinion, but well, it does the job. But it seems more frantic, than I would imagine Top Man's theme being. Kind of goofy and jolly in the NES version. Okay, I actually wasn't expecting that to hit. Leaf Shield has a surprisingly good hitbox in this. Don't even bother fighting this. Don't need that E-Tank. I find it really funny that you can just skip the mini-boss like that, by the way. That's always been really funny to me. I'm not sure why they allow you to do that, but I'll take it. Overall, another very faithful recreation overall. That jump looks kind of far. I'm not going to bother chancing that. But yeah, just like the NES version, pops that appear for 2 seconds. Except there's actually an enemy here to challenge you at the end of all that. We do have Top Man's weakness, but I'm fairly sure his pattern is entirely unchanged, so... His, again, slightly crushed sprite is really funny. The sprites in this game overall are just really funny. Yeah, he's probably even easier than the NES version. Just does not really put up much of a fight at all. I like... Or, not that it's good or bad, but the new spinning animation is interesting. In this version, it looks like he tucks his hands into his knees before he spins. He's grasping his lower body, which is kind of funny. For our troubles, we get Top Spin, which doesn't see a whole lot of use in this game. I mean, this game has Metal Blade in it, so yeah. Here's Needleman's stage. This song is a bit more somber than I would expect for Needleman's stage, to be honest. It always sounded very sad to me. Not sure why this is tiled like this. I always found this odd. Either way, not a matter of much import. Interesting iframes on those cannons. It doesn't seem like it works the same way as the NES version does. With Shadow Blade, you're usually able to hit those from under fairly easily. Oh, I forgot that there are... Again, I'm not sure why the game lets you skip that section if you want to. I guess for the health, but that doesn't even make that much sense. Yeah, see, I'm not sure why that first shot got reflected off. Different timings, I suppose. Lots of E-tanks in these stages, by the way. Later ones. And they're mostly for free. Okay, I was wondering if there was a needle on that screen. I keep getting clipped by them. I wasn't expecting that one either. Get me up there. We'll take absolutely free, unguarded life. I guess that's how you know this is Mega Man 3, when there are power-ups just kind of scattered with reckless abandon that are completely free to grab. Here's another screen taken straight out of the original. You might have noticed that the weapons don't refill between these stages, which kind of sucks, except you don't really need most of these anyways, so it actually hardly matters. I think we only really want this one. And, we're probably good. Oh, nice, I forgot that, the Bicky was included. I think that's what that's called? Probably. As for Needleman, he's weak to Top Spin. The Mega Man 3 bosses follow weakness cycle. It's hard against Top, which is in the original, then Top Spin is good against Needle, and Needle is good against Magnet, which is the last one. And of course, Hardman was weak to Magnet Missile anyways, so that hasn't changed. Air Shooter's a really good secondary weakness for Needleman. I was mentioning that I was hoping to find him first, because you can use Top Spin, he is weak to it, but using Air Shooter is genuinely probably more effective. It has the perfect trajectory to hit Needleman for big damage. So, smart programming. Good job, devs. I like that decision. Looks like these stages are going by pretty fast. We'll see how long this segment ends up being compared to the previous. And of course, we have our last stage, Mega Man. I I really love the song used in this stage. Probably one of my favorite songs from this game. It's very upbeat. I like it a lot. It's hard not to be in a good mood when you hear this one. These mag flies are as susceptible to blade weapons as in the original. Free E-Tank again. These things don't stand a chance against Metal Blade. Interestingly enough, the missile is invincible in this version, which I don't really like. I'm not sure why that was changed. It's not the case in the original. These squished Petarkeys that have small eyes, this is one of the weirdest sprites in the game to me. I think it looks really funny, but it's just bizarre. The Petarkeys in the original don't look like this at all. The proportion of eye to leg is totally off. It really looks bizarre. Of course, we have magnets. And more Yoku blocks, as if we didn't get enough of those in Top Man stage, but we're not going to be bothering with literally any of this. The game gives you Rush Jet. It is impossible not to have Rush Jet at this point. Oh, okay, interesting. I thought he would be scrolled off, I guess not. Whoa, okay. I didn't realize that those would drag you off. I forgot about that. Okay, let's make this singular jump. Actually not. Let's not bother with that, actually. Or this one. Continue on our merry little way. Alright. It's a slightly dirty little trick. And this screen is straight out of the past two screens. Really, that entire Yoku Block segment is an effort to recreate the original. Yeah, most of these Mega Man 3 stages play it fairly close to the source material, which is a good thing overall, I think. Can be good or bad, like, there's room for some originality. I think, Magnet Man is secondarily weak to the Metal Blades. His primary weakness is to Needle Cannon. I guess we might as well use Needle Cannon. Magnet Man's pattern isn't any different than in the original game. I just suck at the spacing is a little different due to the smaller screen size, etc. And we get Magnet Missile for our troubles. We'll see how much use that sees. Well, that's those 4 stages down. And now we have the big bad of this game, Quint. That hit I just took from the pogo stick, called Sakugaran, by the way. That's going to be the only hit I take in this fight, because I completely forgot that happened. This might be one of the most pathetic Mega Man bosses of all time. Fun fact, in the original game, this was patched in the ROM that I'm playing, but this scene does not have boss music. You're just listening to the ear-grating looping castle theme during this. He has 28 health, I believe, and just goes down and doesn't appear for the rest of the game. Very weird. The lore on him is that he's Mega Man from the future that Dr. Wily kidnapped and took back in time to kill the original Mega Man, which would cause a time paradox. So, really, the story of this game is all sorts of weird and messed up. It just doesn't make any sense. Quint, interestingly enough, is not considered part of the Mega Man killers, despite fulfilling the same role in this game. I'm assuming that that's just for technical reasons, because a Mega Man killer can't be Mega Man himself. But the real reason was never explained. Either way, I'm going to cut it here. I believe this is the last stage, but it's quite a long one, and there might be a lot to talk about. So, I'll see you all in the next episode. Thank you all for watching. This is Xeno, signing off. Bye.